All right, welcome, ladies and gents, to EVW Sports coverage of East vs West 18. We're doing the pre-match interviews, and you can see I'm joined by Canadian superstar Alan the Hitman Ford. How are you?
Good, you?
Good to see you. Good to meet you as well in the flesh here. You're making your debut on the East vs West stage, the biggest stage in arm wrestling. You're facing USA's Ryan Belanger, 95 kilo match.
Correct.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel confident. I've been on a major winning streak lately. I don't see how it's going to stop here.
Nice. It's good feeling coming in. Hey? So,
really? Yeah.
So you've been around arm wrestling for a long time. How many years now?
I don't know exactly. Right? 35, I've been saying.
35 years.
Yeah, since I've started actually arm wrestling.
Wow. Okay.
Real serious for at least the last 30.
Yep. How old are you, Alan?
Well, some people say
be getting up there
I'm
with
like
that sort
70 and stuff, but no, I'm going to be 49.
49. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the most seasoned arm wrestlers out of Canada, without a doubt. Plenty of big achievements in your past. We've seen rivalries with people like Rob Vinger Jr. And back and forth with some of the best arm wrestlers in the world.
Todd Hutchings.
Yeah, there you go. So wins on Todd Hutchings?
I have a win on Todd Hutchings, an actual official win, and you can't find footage about it anywhere.
Okay.
Except for Ian Carnegie and Evan Burgoyne were recording the video in the back, and they were just losing their minds.
Yeah.
And then our next match ended up being a long match, back and forth. You know, Todd gets stuck in his spot there, and I couldn't finish it. But yeah.
Yeah. So the name the Hitman comes from your style, an aggressive start, an aggressive top roll up your sleeve, as well as versatility. But tell me about your preparation for Ryan in this match.
I didn't have. I'm just doing my thing. Honestly, I didn't do any special preparation. I'm used to people. Ryan's primarily a hooker.
Yeah.
He'll say that outright. Everything I've seen is him hooking. I'm used to people trying to stop me by hooking me, and I'm very familiar with it. So I don't need to train for it.
It's in the sweet spot.
Right, and obviously I've been training for a long time, so I'm comfortable in. If someone gets me in the hook, I'm comfortable trying to stopping somebody from hooking me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah. Of course, Ryan has been on the EVW Sports cards before. He beat Coach Ray very convincingly.
Yeah, he did.
Pulled straight through him, no dramas at all. And Coach Ray's a very respectable inside pull. So Ryan's level looks solid without a doubt.
It is.
If we look at the polls. It's very even between you guys.
Is it? I haven't seen.
It is.
No.
It is. The polls are pretty much bang on 50-50.
Wow.
Chopping and changing as to who's ahead, but it's a very, very even split in that. So
Sounds like a good match.
it does sound like a good match, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So your mental pressure coming into this, I imagine you feel relaxed after 35 years of arm wrestling. Making your debut, is this feeling different?
No, I'm not relaxed. I'm not a relaxed person.
You're not relaxed?
No. It doesn't matter where I go. I go to any tournament, any super match, and I'm nervous as hell.
There you go.
It's just, and I need it. I want it, right? I like to feel that. Especially on a whole new platform like this. Like for me, East vs West is brand new, so it's even more nerve-wracking, right? And I really want to perform here.
Yeah.
I want to get this win, and I want to stick with.
Well, a win on the East vs West stage, first of all, guarantees you another match on the East vs West stage.
Right. And
that's what it's all about. Once you get 2 wins under your belt, you start to become one of the mainstays.
That's my plan.
And 95 kilos. You look at that division and you see the top 10. Do you believe you can climb that ladder?
Okay. 95 kg. I don't know if I want to stay there.
Okay, where do you want to get? You want to up there?
Well, because I'm cutting to go this. They offered me a match, so I was like, "Yep, I can do that. Okay. I'll make that weight."
So 105 is your preferred weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in there. Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
Okay.
So I've never been a guy who's like, I'm gonna want that match with that guy. I'm just more like, who you got for me?
Thank you for
throw somebody at me. Thank you very much. I'll kick his ass and move on.
Yeah, nice.
That's kind of where I'm coming from.
Okay.
So I don't have a vendetta on anybody or anything like that. I just want to whatever makes sense. I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Line them up.
Okay. So after 35 years of arm wrestling, tell me what you must have experimented with a million different methods of training, a million different approaches to a match. What has been your approach in terms of just your own preparation for this match?
Table time. I've always said the best way to train is on the table.
And your club, you're one of the Ottawa High Hookers?
Valley High Hookers.
Valley High Hookers.
Yes.
So, okay.
So I started with Ottawa, and then we branched off, and we're a Valley High Hookers. So we're just a branch of Ottawa High Hookers, basically.
Okay.
I've always said the best way to get better at arm wrestling is train on the table. You have to be able to react to feelings, not what you see. Like, I'm a big feelings guy. I've always said, try arm wrestling blindfolded, man. React to a feeling rather than what you're looking at or what you think's going to happen or what, you know what I mean? It definitely makes a big difference to be able to flow with a feeling rather than,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that sort of principle. So no gym specific?
Not really. I don't do a lot anymore. Yeah. No. I did a lot when I was younger to get me up to a certain level, and then it's just been really arm wrestling. I mean, I might do a little bit here and there just to add a little extra exercise in a specific muscle group, just cupping and rising and stuff like that, but really not my focus.
Do you know, I know like Devin is such a proponent of knowing his single lift rise and pronation.
No clue.
You have no idea.
Clue.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing that one. What's that one over the thumb?
Yeah.
So I'm like, one day at practice, I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. Everybody seems to be doing it. It was like a year ago, and I did 135 right off the bat. So I was like, but it hurt. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. No, I get you.
It hurts more than arm wrestling does to me. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. Yes, I can see how it'll help you improve, but I'm really worried about damaging myself. Does that make sense? And doing stuff like that.
Do you get pain on table time?
Yeah, 100%. Well, more so from tournaments or super matches than table time. Table time, I'll stay on table all day long and I move everywhere, do all, everything.
I always think that arm wrestling in a physical sense is really two main factors. One, muscular strength, and the other, joint conditioning. And I imagine after 35 years, your joints would be incredibly conditioned now.
Yeah.
So do you feel like, let's talk about the specifics of this match. Ryan's a hooker. Let's say he drives sideways and forces you in the hook. How are you defending? What sort of shape are you? Are you trying to reverse into a top roll still, or are you meeting him in there and blocking him with your bones?
Is he going to see this?
He may, yeah. I mean, you don't have to. you don't have to tell us, but give us are you confident in any zone on the table?
I'm gonna have to feel like, obviously the first match with anybody is the most stressful time ever. New stage, first match, new puller I've never pulled before.
You've never touched the hands.
I'm so excited to feel it. Yeah. But until that go happens and you see what actually happens and what you did and what worked and what didn't, you don't know, right? So I've had multiple over the years, had so many good side men like Devin Larrett, John Milne, like so many guys that are very knowledgeable. And I'm like, oh man, what should I do with this guy? Because I'm nervous, right? I'm always nervous. He's like, dude, just do your thing. Like, just do your thing.
Just be you, yeah.
And that's usually the answer. I'm like, that's not what I want to hear, but thank you. It makes me feel a little more confident. But so
you're going to dictate terms. You plan to get in there and force the lane that you want.
Yes.
Make him try to respond. And
definitely that'll be my first go. I'm going to do my go-to move and see where it goes from there. Now, a lot of people don't know, if you watch my matches, my go-to move, I always say I take the path of least resistance. I'm like water, right? Yeah. So even though it looks like the same move or a very similar move than before, there's so many differences happening in there depending on the other person and how they're holding your hand and where their pressures are.
Yeah,
right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Very responsive. Sounds like a man who's done a lot of table time in his life.
Right, yeah. And you need that. You really do. You want to be responsive and not have to think about it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Alan, I'd like to wish you the very best for this debut. I'm sure you'll do well. One of the most experienced men in the arm wrestling world to make their debut, well overdue.
I think so.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that whether it's the 105 kilo category or the 95 kilo category, that we'll see you again. So,
awesome.
Best of luck, man.
Thanks.
Okay. And ladies and gents, you can get this one. Of course, the pay-per-view is happening this weekend, June 21st, East vs. West 18. Head to evwsports.com.